Mhm. Welcome, respected friends. Regards, greetings, salutations, congratulations, wishes, and prayers. That it's a breakthrough for all of us to be born in this Sanatana Dharma, however, we achieved it. You and I, especially, it's a breakthrough to us to discover the presence of a text named Sri Yoga Vaashishtha Maha Ramayana. It's a breakthrough that we are regularly listening to it and just getting an idea that this is a context or content in this glorious sublime text. And slowly coming out of this inhibitions, notions, fears. That's such great text we cannot study or we don't need it. Such notions, illusions also going away. Actually, we are into the text. 590 days today. So many shlokas, sargas, prakaranas, and even we have gone through. These are all breakthroughs. The further subsequent breakthroughs we have to get into our exactly understanding the sublime knowledge as given by Vasishtha. After that, starting actually to live this life of Adhyatmika Jnana. These are the further breakthroughs we have to achieve. As we continue, as these things have happened, those will also happen. At the end of the all, whenever that end comes, we have no problem. The final breakthrough that this is the truth and I have realized that as me, else all else other than it is, they're giving experiences, yet it is not true. That final breakthrough is the one we have to achieve. Is it not a good celebrating thought? How many of the people in the world, so called entering into spirituality, also are going through this text? Beautiful one, isn't it? They may be studying their own. We are also studying this most beloved text. I am so delighted, I don't know, that from when, which life was this Sankalpa or Prarthana or Icha to study this book that we are able to do it. Now it is giving more inspiration, more inclination, more greed that every shloka, every topic, may we pay more attention, deeper attention to grasp and then only proceed further. That by the end of the study of this text, by the end, by halfway we do, before concluding the Utpatthi, Sthiti and Upashama Prakaranas, before starting the Nirvana Prakarana, the most beautiful one, a sufficient maturity should happen in our not only understandings but also the life, that we are living actually consciously the spiritual life as we have learned from this text. It's a noble thought only, noble sankalpa, noble desire. And if we pray it's a noble prayer, the divinity certainly will say, Tatha Astu for this prayer. So, with these things in our mind, let's continue today the further shlokas in this 40th Sarga. Samara Samananthara SAMSMRUTHI VARNANAM. In this, to Rama's Prashna, Vasishtha ji is giving the answers. In that, from the Paramatma Tattva, Uchit Chit Swarupa, because of the Maya, the Chitta at the individual level projected, and from that only the entire Jiva Bhava, the entire Jagat is just imagined, assumed, given the reality, and we are into that. That's what is happening now. This is the subject that's discussed. Reverse back. Then what do you want to say, Guru? Finally, everyone is Chitswarupa only. Chidakasha Swarupa. Leela and Saraswati are at that level. Therefore, for them, no thing can condition their movement. All that happening in their chitta only. So they can move into that king's palace. When this was told, then only Rama asked the question, how did they enter? So that was this answer. Now we have convincingly accepted to be Stula Deha. Therefore, these experiences are happening and obstructing the higher possibilities. When we are able to detach from this, attach with the higher, subtler ones, here it is technically called as Ativahika Deha, our orientation, our expression, our life will be different. Somewhat like no naukari, the different expression as berozgar. Once the job comes, the dignity, the self-respect expressions, they are different, isn't it? Suddenly, the MLA ka ticket mil gaya, so you will be a different person altogether. You will be doing prachara, asking people to vote for you. When you get the MLA success, then you seek something, a post. Till that comes, you are one of the MLA. एक बार मिल गया portfolio, see how the expression is. Don't you see in the world like this millions of examples? In the same way, when we discover ourselves to be Chittakasha at least, Ativahika Deha, merging the Sthula into the Sukshma. Yachedvang Manasi Prajna Sthiti. All Sthula problems go away. From the Chittakasha, further Chidakasha Rupasmi, into that when we evolve, done the Kel Katam Dukan Band. Om 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 Sahanavavatu Sahanau Bhunaktu Sahaviryam Karavavahai Tejasvinavadhitamastu Ma Vidvishavahai Om Shanti 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 Om Namo Brahmadibhyo Brahma Bhakti Yoga Dharma Vidya Sampradaya Kartrubhyo Vamsa Rishibhyo Mahadbhyo Namo Gurubhyaha Om Yaidime Gurubhih Purvam Padavakya Pramanatah Vyakyata Sarva Vedantaha Satchastraha Nityam Pranatosmyaham Om Shankaram Shankaracharyam Keshavam Badarayanam Sutra Bhashya Krutau Vande Bhagavantau Punah Punah Nidhaye Sarva Vidyanam Vishaje Bhavaroginam Gurave Sarva Lokanam Dakshinamurtaye Namaha Om Shruti Smriti Purananam Om Sri Rama Rama Rameti Rame Rame Manorame Sahasranama Tatulyam Ramanama Varanane Om Brahmanandam Paramasukadam Parabrahmane Shruti Matre Samasta Brahma Bhakti Yoga Dharma Vidya Acharyebhyo Rishibhyo Munibhyo Gurubhyo Devatabhyo Asmad Gurubhyo Namaha Sri Ramachandra Parabrahmane Vaashishtha Rishibhyo Namaha Sankalpaha Tesham Sarvesham Kripanugrahena Upanishad Yoga Vaashishtha Maharamayanokt Brahmatmaikya Bodhena Asmin Kshane Eva मोक्षकैवल्य प्राप्त्यर्थम सनातन धर्म से विश्वव्याप्ति विश्व आध्यात्मिक प्रगत्यर्थम धर्म संस्थापकानां नित्य निरंतर दिग्विजयार्थम श्री राम मंदिरवत् शिव कृष्णादि मंदिरादीनां पुनर्वाप्ति तेषु निरंतर शास्त्र अध्ययनादीनां द्वारा भारतवर्षस्य सनातन धर्मस्य बाह्याभ्यंतर शत्रुघ्न समूल निर्मूलन पूर्वक भारतवर्षे विश्वे च अस्मात् क्षणादारभ्य वैदिक हैंदव संस्कृतेः धर्ममोक्ष पुरुषार्थानां सुसंप्रतिष्ठावाप्त्यर्थम् अस्यां कक्षायाम् आगतानां सङ्कल्पितसत्कर्मसु दिग्विजयः तेषां हृदये परब्रह्मादीनां प्रतिभक्त्यादीनां द्वारा जन्मसाफल्यार्थम् अनेक शास्त्राणाम् अध्ययन साधना प्रयत्न मध्ये श्री वाल्मीकि महर्षि विरचित श्रीराम वसिष्ठ संवाद रूप श्री योग वासिष्ठ महारामायण स्मृति मोक्ष प्रकरण शास्त्रस्य पारायणम् अध्ययनं साधना प्रयत्न मोक्षार्थं वयं सर्वे करिष्यामहे। मंगलाचरण श्लोकाः। ओम यतः सर्वाणि भूतानि प्रतिभान्ति स्थितानि च यत्रैवोपशमं यान्ति तस्मै सत्यात्मने नमः। ज्ञाता ज्ञानं तथा ज्ञेयं द्रष्टा दर्शन दृश्यभूः कर्ता हेतुः क्रिया यस्मात् तस्मै ज्ञप्त्यात्मने नमः। स्फुरन्ति सीकरा यस्मात् आनन्दस्याम्बरे वनौ सर्वेषां जीवनं तस्मै ब्रह्मानन्दात्मने नमः। दिवि भूमौ तथाकाशे बहिरन्तश्च मे विभुः यो विभात्यो भासात्मा तस्मै सर्वात्मने नमः। सत्यं ज्ञानमनन्तमेकमजरं नित्यं विभुं शाश्वतं प्रत्यग्ब्रह्मरसायनं सुगगनं पूर्णं परं पावनं स्वात्मज्योतिरनादिमध्यनिधयम् इदनं मायाविलासैर्मोहो विश्वाकारमुपास्तमायमभयं वन्दे विशुद्धं पदं। ज्ञानादेवात्मनो मोक्षः न तु कर्मसमाधिभिः अज्ञातोऽसौ स्वसदृश्यं सुजत्येवेति कीर्त्यते। तस्मै श्रीगुरवे वसिष्ठमुनये नित्यं नमस्कुर्महे। विश्वामित्रमुनिं शरण्यमनघं भूयो नमस्याम्यहं। तस्मै वाल्मीकये श्रीगुरुतमगुरवे भूरिभावैर्नताः स्मः। पूर्णानन्दस्वभावः स्वजनहितकृते माययोपात्तकायः कारुण्यादुद्दिदीर्षुर्जनमनवरतं मोहपङ्के निमग्नम् आविश्यान्तर्वसिष्ठं बहिरपि कलयन्न शिष्यभावं वितेने यः संवादेन शास्त्रामृतजलधिममुं रामचन्द्रं प्रपद्ये। ओम श्री रामचंद्र परब्रह्मणे नमः। वसिष्ठाद ऋषिभ्यो नमः। योग वासिष्ठ महारामायण शास्त्रम तृतीय उत्पत्ति प्रकरणम लीलोपाख्याने समर समनंतर संस्मृत्यनुभव वर्णन नाम चत्वारिंशः सर्गः। श्री वसिष्ठ उवाच। सी द टॉपिक अंडर डिस्कशन. Listen carefully for next 3 or 4 minutes. Om Namo Narayanaaya. Om Namo Narayanaaya. Two discussions. First about the Samashti and the West. The Samashti is that each Samashti, pure consciousness, becoming aware of his own Shakti, and therefore wanting to express that Shakti, and therefore in that expression of the Shakti only the Brahma, Deva, Srishti or Kalpana you call it, that Brahma Deva is passed with, given with all this Shakti. That's the meaning of Yo Brahmanam Vidadhati Purvam Yo Vai Vedanscha Prahinoti Tas. From that Brahmadeva, the entire Srishti comes. Okay, this is how the Samashti. Vyashtime, from whence it started, we don't know, but we took ourselves to be other than that Brahman reality. That's called as, I don't know, I am Brahman, called as Avidya, therefore I am an individual. I too have that Shakti in the form of my Chitta. That Chitta manipulated into so many of the Sankalpas, samskaras. They are projecting the subtle and gross worlds into which I am getting identified with. This is what is the answer to what we see for ourselves as an individual, the Janma, the Marana, in between the things happening, post Marana, again the continuation of the world and we in the world. The world, drishya, we, the drashta, both are in chitta. Chitta is the expression of the ignorance of the self. Inasmuch when the self is realized, when the ignorance goes away, the chitta, then chitta sthita, drashta, drishya, both of them go away. That's why they give example of ignorance of rope projecting snake with its hoods, with its poison, etc. And the continuous kalpana, such as snakes, when they bite, we die. Somehow we have to save ourselves from that snake, kill that snake, send it away, capture it. So whether we act or not, how many thoughts are coming from the concept that the snake is real, which is projected by our chitta, in which it's a rope that reality is not realized. Just like when, through whatever possible means, the rope is realized as a rope, ajnana of the rope gone, then ajnana janita, snake kalpana gone, then the snake's hood or poison and its effects, all of them, for in a minute it goes away. Any example you take, very thirsty, there is river, I want to have water, I'll take bath also, I'll be freed from the tiredness. So many sankalpas. Till when? Till it is realized that there is no water or river, it's only a mirage. The moment you know it's a mirage, not a real water, then the ideas that I'll quench my thirst, I'll get out of my tiredness by taking bath in it, all of them, they disappear. So too with the example of silver. Once I think it's silver, seeing the shell thought comes later when somebody tells, or after I check it. But before that, when I took it as silver, I can sell it. Silver is so costly nowadays. अब क्या क्या thought आते. The moment realize it is only a shell, where have they gone? So too, मैं and मेरा, my और मोरा, and तू और तेरा, तोरा तय. This is called Maya. जही बसकीन ही जीवन निकाय. We'll study that in Aranyakanda of Tulsi Ramayana. You understanding? As we refer to all texts and remember, coordinate between all of them. Hmm. Slowly, what Shastra wants to say, we'll understand first. Then we have to realize it. That's called sadhana. First sadhana is to understand what Shastra says. That the Brahman alone is real, Atman alone is real, Sachidananda Tattva alone is real. The Jiva, Jagat, Ishvara, and the Jiva's bondage in the Jagat of Vastu and Vyakti Vishesha through Raga, Tvesha, through Karma, Karma, Phala, all are Mithya. Brahman alone is real. This is what the Shastra says. Understanding thoroughly is sadhana. First. Second sadhana is therefore rejecting the projected, realizing the reality. Realizing the reality, knowing the rest to be projection, thereby getting freed from the bondages created by the projected. This is the second sadhana. We have to do and achieve. There lies our moksha. Moksha is being blissful for no reason, no purpose. Because I am the nature of bliss. So all our shastras are indicating these knowledges. You know, slowly, as we said in the beginning today, we got breakthrough of, attending to these satsangas, shastras, which was never even in our dream, maybe a few years back or few lives back. Now, this is what Shastra is telling. About this also, we have got the breakthrough. Thorough understanding of it, we have to have. Thorough acceptance of it, we have to have. Then what to do to realize that self? That jignasa wala breakthrough aana chahiye. Then from the Guru this much understood how to realize the reality. Asking the Guru that breakthrough you have to get. And when Guru teaches, Drashta bano, Ya Sakshi bano, we tell so many of the Vivek Karo. Yeah, as we are going to study in our next text, Lagu Bhakti, between the thoughts is the consciousness, the Brahma Swarupa, usko realize karo. Tens and tens of techniques, hundreds and hundreds of techniques to that jignasu who wants to know the truth are revealed in our Shastras. Follow any one of them. See the Katha Upanishad. The fourth and fifth and sixth valleys, etadvaitat, etadvaitat, etadvaitat karte हुए, how many contemplation, meditation techniques to realize that Om, to realize that Tat Pada, to realize that Brahma Pada, Yamaraj teaches to Nachiketa. It's so fantastic. This is how each level breakthroughs we have to achieve. Go up to that level. Oh, ultimately, these are the sadhanas I have to do to get out of the delusion and come to the reality. Maybe with same consistency and sincerity as we are sincere now, with the same humbleness, with full prayerful mood and faith in the Lord and Guru, when we continue these शास्त्र अध्ययन 10-12 साल में और better हमारा तरक्की होगा, which is very small at time, 10-12 साल. I'm just telling that more pure when we become, more single pointed when we become throughout the day, only this vichara we are in, along with the support taken of the Lord and Guru. Oh Lord, I am always doing your chintana only, my contemplation. Empower me in this, you can do it. Now, these prayers to the Lord give us a hope with which we can hold on to this path. The faith in the Lord, that Lord is there to take care of me, puts us on the path. If that faith is not there, the fear comes कि मैं कर क्या रहा हूँ, ये जगत जिसको देख रहा हूँ उसको नहीं ये सोच रहा हूँ मैं, नहीं ये कह रहा हूँ, वही तो है रियल करके immediately I leave my this subtle sadhana of inquiry into the truth and continue in the delusion of taking the untruth as the reality. That's what I am doing now. But Bhagavad Guru Sharanagati hai, so from that side, the totality will anyway respond, which is called as God. From this side, we always have the faith. That will be taken care, nothing to worry. It's so beautiful. Once you start understanding, the guidance given by Guru and Shastra, just you can't stop without appreciating them and acknowledging and reveling, making use of all that knowledge, so to evolve. Yes, idea is given what's discussed. So, ha 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 ha. Our creation is our chitta, smriti. But the Brahmadeva's creation is not smriti, it is upasana. Therefore, the Brahmadeva is not bound, he is not a karta bhokta. You and I are karta bhokta. थोड़ा सा ये फर्क समझ लेना. Thereafter he said, "Hmm, that when we die, at that moment of leaving this and taking up the new set, that empty moment is called akasha, in which akasha is avyakta bijavastha, in which the samskaras were the projection of the subsequent bodies in the bija rupa, even though it may be for different timings. It can be a fraction of time in which immediately the projection can happen of the next set of world and upadhi and we enter into it. जैसे एक नौकरी छोड़ा दूसरी नौकरी तुरंत पकड़ लेते हैं, कोई कोई 4-6 महीने रेस्ट ले लेते. That we called here जीवो ही मृत्यु मूर्छान्ते यद अंतः उन्मिशन इव अन्मिषिता एव अस्ते तत्प्रधानम उदाहृतम्. In that pradhana sthiti, avyakta rupena the bijas are there. When they get the time for them to project, that bijas will come as the seedlings the sprouts, which is the Sukshma Sharira first, subsequently Sthula. Finally, remember what Dehadi Upadhi I have, what the surroundings I have. All are one projections to out of my own vasanas. Though they appear to be existing before I came. That is also Kalpana. My parents have come before I have come. At the gross physical level, it is true. But from the avyakta bija sthiti, kala, desha, all of them being simultaneous, आगे पीछे ऐसा कुछ नहीं होता. The chitta is playing all this role. That's it. Little tough nut to crack, we know, but it will definitely reveal to us when we continue. Tad vyoma prakriti prokta, tad avyaktam jada jadam. That's called vyoma, that is prakriti, that is avyakta. That state of left this, not at the new one is projected. Okay, that is called jada jadam. It is a matter when independent it becomes uh, conscious. Samsmrute rasmrute saiva krama esha bhavodaya. So this is how from the asmruta sthiti of bijavastha, the samsmruti when happens, the projection of the world happens. That's what he says. Next you see, bodha unmukhatvehi mahatu tat prabuddham yatha bhavet. When the consciousness illuminates, pushes, activates, let us say, that avyakta sthiti, then the mahat is projected. From that mahat, tanmatras, dik, kala, kriya, all the beings are projected. Like in dream, very good example, isn't it? From this not knowing I am the waker straight, I am the waker, that is concealed. That is called avyakta sthiti. From there, the mahat happens. A blueprint of the entire world in its subtle form. From that, exactly as it happens in our dream every day, the dream desha projected. In that also you see the whole world and globe. Tare dekhoge. Then there also the scientists send the James and Hubble telescopes to discover different even solar systems and all. Kala, desha, dishas, directions. Then the Jiva Koti in front of you. There also you can see the parliament, the leaders of the ruling party, the opposition, their arguments. There also you can see so many countries, the West Asian war going on, bombs are falling. There also you see your friends, your relatives, and you are traveling with your family in the same vehicle. Hundreds are there, unknown to you. Suddenly one of them comes and wishes, अरे पहचाना क्या? अरे यार तुम तो मेरे लंगोटे यार थे. You imagine that dream is such an example to understand what Vedanta is saying. In the dream, when you travel in a train with your family or friends, you seven, six are known to each other. The others traveling, you don't know who are they. Like it happens in the waking. The vendors come, tea, chai, chai, coffee, coffee. The stations come where the train halts. You see outside कौन सा station आया है, police station आया, चलो उतरो. Yeah, some station has come. You see the stalls there in that station, the TT also, porters. आप देखो जो जो मैं एग्जाम्पल दे रहा हूँ आप इवन नाउ ऑल्सो यू कैन इमेजिन देम इन द ड्रीम यू हैव टू टेक ए फ्लाइट you reach to the airport there, everything, same thing. You have your DG Yatra, then you pass through that, check in, chale gaye andar because handbag, you are staying in that lounge, announcement happened, flight number itna itna, gate number itna itna, and you go through the everything. They are checking your board, DG, and then entered. The seat you are seated, therefore, the air hostesses, or a bapare. There also you see a cute small child and he laughs at you. That's how everybody laughs at us. Everywhere. Even in the dream, even a child. हम देखो. Imagine once the Akasha, the Nakshatras, the Chandrama, Surya, the clouds, Samudras, the mountains, the forests, the beings, and their dresses, their looks, your interaction with them, the objects, you are handling them, your experience of them that you eat a करेला in the dream, बहुत कड़वा होता है. मिठाई खाओ मीठा होता है. कहाँ है ये सारे बताओ? Are they not all chitta kalpana? At least that breakthrough you have to achieve. That what Vedanta is saying is possible to be understood, that can be understood, that can be accepted. Well, a total outright rejection of what Shastra says, we have to break through that. Dream is the bestest example. Our chitta only projected all of them. In the waking also same. In dream what happens? In the chitta projected so many, with one set of upadhivala, individuality, I identify. Then when I identify with one set, like the two friends in a class of 40 students, the तीन लोगों को मैंने मेरा दोस्त माना, मेरे दोस्त, बाकी सब मेरे दोस्त नहीं हो गए. In the same way, that one particular Panchakosha Upadhi, when I say I am the dreamer, suddenly the whole dream world is quickly felt and accepted by me as other than me. Even though this I with this particular Upadhi and the world which I said now other than me, both are one chitta kalpana. That's called dream. One divided into many, in that identifying with one as aham and with other as idam. That's called dream projection. एक बहुत बनना ही सपना है. सपना में वही हो रहा है, जागृत में भी वही है. एक परमात्मा को दृष्टा दृश्य के रूप में लेना ही ये सारा प्रोजेक्शन है, संसार. It becomes very frightening in the initial days to listen to this, because on this mat or mattress on which we are standing, that I am this, the world is real, I am related to the world, that mat or mattress itself is pulled, na? Suddenly you are unreal, Jagat is unreal. जब कहते हैं तो वो तो बड़ा धमाका लगता है. It is frightening. But as we expose to the second half of it, what is it? The first half is I, the Jagatat Mithya. Second half is both of them are projected on some higher reality which you are already. When to that second half, the reality we are exposed more and more, then these fears, etc., go away. Rather, the inclination that let me identify with that reality starts happening more. If we regularly listen to Vedanta, this is the thing which will happen. Accordingly, we pursue the self. To them are the Vedanta addressed, the Upanishadic mantras, in which how to realize that reality are informed. But wanting to realize the reality, coming up to that level, also so many breakthroughs. That also happens through this Shravanam, this Chintanam, Mananam. और एक बार वाकई ध्यान करके उपाधियों के पीछे रहने वाला, उपाधियों का अधिष्ठान रूपी, when the self is realized, then the dance, the ecstasy, the joy inexplicable, मजा आता है. Aham annam, aham annada. I am the food, I am the eater also of the food. अहम अस्मि प्रथम जारुतास्य पूर्व देवेभ्यो अमृतस्य ना भाई यो मा ददाते सही देव माह. What you saw in Taittiriya Upanishad, now you realize self, सब मैं ही हूँ, मयि एव सकलम जातम, मयि सर्वम प्रतिष्ठितम. मयि सर्वं लयं याति तद् ब्रह्माद्वयमस्म्यहम् Narayanoham, Narakantakoham, Purantakoham, Purushohamisha. I myself Narayana, I am Narakantaka. I myself am Purantaka, the Shiva. सब मैं ही हूँ अधिष्ठान दृष्टि से. टाइम लगता है बट आई एम टेलिंग यू इन एडवांस, है ना, एडवांस में कि ये साधना करते जाओ. क्या होता है जो ऑलरेडी जिन्होंने किया उनको हुआ. राइट. बोध उन्मुखत्वे ही when the consciousness triggers the activity in that this avyakta, it becomes mahata. From there, tanmatra, dik, kala, kriya, bhutadi. While explaining this as an example to it, we explained you the dream. Then tadeva utshunam abuddham bhavati indriya panchakam. That itself is projecting the indriyas also. Up to the indriya level, Sukshma Srushti, identified with the set of the indriyas, is called Ativahika Sthiti. Tadeva Buddhyate Dehaha Sa Eshaha Syat Eshaha Asya Ativahikaha. That's the Ativahika Sthiti. In the Ativahika Sthiti, Stula Deha Tadatma is not there. Sukshma Deha Tadatma. So Jnanendriya, Karmendriya, Antakarana Tadatma will be there. Stula Deha nahi hoga. That's why स्थूल देह के कंडीशंस नहीं होते. स्थूल देह moves slow, it is solid, it cannot go through the wall, etc. Those won't be there. Yet there the difference is maintained. That's why for Leela still the beings whom she has seen in the Akasha, they are different from her. Then the Yuddha happening. In that Yuddha, her husband side people, the other side people, सबको देख रही है. And they were in the Aitvahika Sthiti, therefore, they are able to see the Jivas in other Shariras. That's why when the Jivas are fighting the Yuddha and dying, how someone is going to Gandharva Loka, someone are welcomed by the Apsaras of the this Loka, some are taken on the chariot. Who? The Jivas. Because these are in the Jiva Bhava Sthiti or Ativahika Sthiti, they are able to notice about those Jivas also. And when she transcends her identity from Ativahika to Chidakasha, all of them also are discovered to be Chidakasha. When I wake up from the dream to awaker, all the beings whom I saw in the dream, they are also the waking mind only, isn't it? Or are they gone somewhere else? Already we studied in Mandukya exhaustively in Vaitatya and Advaita Prakaranas, this topic. When I awaken to my waking plane, what about the chairs and tables which I saw in my dream? The brothers or sisters, a wife or husband? Kaya ho sare? They are also the waking mind only. So too, when Leela wakes up, too, I am not this Chittakasha Ativahika Deha, I am Chidakasha. Then the husband, Leela, that Rajya, the two people are fighting. All of them are Chidakasha. In that, it is the Samashti Sankalpa, all the Nautanki is happening. In that Samashti Sankalpa, every individual given freedom, he does his own Sankalpa and gets bound. That's why from the Veshti Sankalpa Bandhana, when we come out and the Upadhis offer for the Samashti, we get license to identify with the Adhisthana. That's what is Vedantic Sukshmata. होगा होगा धीरे धीरे आएगा. सुनो बस. Next word, Chirakala Pratyayataha. After living for a long time, in that Ativahika स्थिति कलना परिपीवरहा, मतलब दिमाग सड़कर और भी प्रोजेक्शन करने का जब थॉट आता है, तब आदि भौतिकता बोधम आदत्ते. मजाक के वास्ते from the Ativahika स्थूल स्थिति, सूक्ष्म स्थिति, the स्थूल पंच महाभूत made the things are projected. Sula Shariras. Then enters into it and gets caught up. To explain this, Vaashishtha ji used the example of Balavat. Balavat. Like he asked मेरे को bundle of that rope दे दो. He shouts for it and takes it. वो उससे खुद ही अपने आप को बांध लेता है. Or he जिद करके he takes the knife. He cuts himself with that. These are the examples. Like we get a car, buy it, and with all show off and all that, we get excited. that अब मैं बेकार नहीं हूँ कार में हूँ. And we get lost in the car कि अभी बाथरूम भी जाना है तो कार में जाना है हमको. Anywhere 2 kilometer market जाना है, you want car. You forget that you have legs only. And with the car, it is repaired. You have to go to the garage and stay there for 2 3 hours. Observe what is doing. If you are not there, he will steal away your original parts of the car और duplicate लगाएगा. ये काहे का टेंशन है? कार नहीं है तो सब नहीं है ना. But do you accept it? For that one comfort that I can happily travel in my car, so many dukkha's you are ready to go through. And it is justified again. कि मैं कार में बैठकर मेरे आराम से जहां भी जाना चाहता हूँ स्वामी जी, उसका खुशी को आप क्या जानते हो. मैं कहता हूँ मेरे को जाना ही नहीं है, अभी जानने की क्या जरूरत है. किसने कहा तेरे को घूमने को. बिकॉज द कार इज देयर यू गेट ए थॉट ऑफ घूमिंग ऑल्सो. मेरे को घूमने को थॉट ही नहीं है. बताओ व्हाट इज योर आंसर. When I have nowhere to go outside, I have to go inside only. What is the use of your car? Is it not a projection that with my car I travel wherever I want? But why do you want to travel first of all? Not required, isn't it? That is how it's all in our mind. Anybody calls you for any program, you tell him. You गाड़ी भेजो तो आऊंगा नहीं तो नहीं. That much हिम्मत होना चाहिए. बट एक ही गाड़ी है भाई, वो तो उसमें दूल्हे को बिठा के ले जा रहे हैं. वही भेज मेरे लिए. निन्होंने हेल्कम गाड़ी भी नहीं, दूल्हे का घोड़ा ही है. घोड़ा भेजो, उसको गधे पे बिठाओ. देन ओनली हेल्कम. इफ यू से दैट यू आर फ्री. वी ओनली caught up that we got car, we want to travel, and you tell your friend, अरे तेरे बेटे का शादी करा रहे भाई, मुझे कार में आना है. आपको कार में जाने के लिए that fellow has to get married. क्या माया है देखो. It is laughable, but we are living a life of laughing only. That is why Vaashishtha ji says Bhalavat. I gave you the example of car only to say this is how from the Ativahika Mazakya Vaste we project the Stula Deha and we enter into it so much that we get identified with it. When we think that alone is the life now, that's what we are living now. That's why we give the example of my car, my friend, my house. We are lost in it. Isn't it? Even that my friend also gone now. I only am. There's nobody friend to me. So much selfish हो गया. With the देह तादात्म्य and only this देह सुख is my सुख. एक टाइम होता कम से कम दोस्तों को बुला कर खाना खिलाते थे. उसके घर जाते थे. कितना बढ़िया महीने में 10 बार मिल. अभी पिछले 6 महीने में did you invite any of your friends? Did you go to their house? इतना सेल्फिश हो गए. खुद घर में मियाँ बीवी दोनों बनाकर खाते. अब बीवी भी अपना अलग बना लेती है और ऑनलाइन ऑर्डर करती है. हस्बैंड आल्सो अलग. These are all Maya. This is how we as a Jiva bound to our Deha, taking the Deha Sukha as mine, even our own projected wife or husband, उनका खुशी सुख को भी हम ठुकराते हैं. All this Maya. This is how the Maya pulls us down and down and down. Mhm. This is the way it happens, you know. I explained to you the example Balavat. Means to project the Sthula Sharira and get identified in it from the spiritual standpoint, it is childish. You are not Deha, you are not even Chitta Akasha and Ativahika. We are directly the Chidakasha. And much more childish what? As I said, with the body tadatmya, for the sukha of my own sharira. Other shariras I am ready to harm them. I am ready to cheat them. I am ready to keep them hungry. Isn't it? By not paying them sufficient salaries, not giving them increments. एक महीने और पोस्टपोन करते हैं, इंक्रीमेंट नहीं देंगे, कोई पूछेगा नहीं, तो हमारा इतना पैसा बचेगा. Or wretched fellow, the all beings are your own self. No, for my own son, I have to save money. Who is an alike number one? Bhoj, Prithvi ka Bhoj. But what level our thinking has fallen? It's not thinking, it's ridiculous projection, ridiculous notions, ridiculous attachments. That's why one shot Bhagavan gave a slap to Arjuna. Raga Dvesha Viyuktai. As much with one set of the Raga Dvesha, we cocoon ourselves, get destroyed so much the moment these biggest enemies of Raga Dvesha is dropped, you are one with the whole universe. The whole world is you. Your love finds no bounds. Your service finds no conditionings. Your joy and happiness has nothing to obstruct. Oh, all these beautiful possibilities in our life, are they not blocked by these two tapes called as Raga and Dvesha, which have no meaning, only mental concepts? बाप रे बाप, पूरा इंडिविजुअल और समष्टि दुनिया को ये राग द्वेष नामक दो राक्षस मधु कैटब नाच नचा रहे हैं. अब देखो वेदांत, when you deeply understand, all shackles get broken. Of course, we have to be ready for it, the treatment. Reasoning all of that, still tukrakar the spiritual knowledge, holding on to our own notions, we can continue. That's what majority of people do for long period of time. That all what they listen, they keep only for the listening level, continue the life in the same old fashion. That's why in today's common sense thought, what a sublime thought Bhagavan gave. In this human life, between birth and death, what are the new spiritual things I have learned? What are the sadhanas I have done? What are the statuses I have achieved, which I am going to carry to my next life? अच्छा था ना thought? ततो धिक्काल कलनाः. After the Stula Sharitatmatma, then Stula Desha Kala, all these projected. Tad Adharataya Stitaha. To identify with my body, so from my body standpoint, all these are left to, all these are right to, all these front to, back to, up to, down to. ये सारे देश directions standpoint of me as a body, no. So tato dikkala kalnaha tad adharataya stitaha udyanti anudita eva. They are all unborn but projected. Vayoho spanda kriya iva. Like that, the spandana happens in the vayu, in the chitta spandana happens, that is attributed to the stulata also. I am this body, standpoint of this is left, this is right, this is age, this is piche, all these concepts. Lot of subtle thoughts are coming, I will block them for the next class. Yatra eva mriyate jantu pasyatyashu tadeva saha. Tatraiva bhuvana bhogam imam ithamiv asthitam. In this way, once we leave the body, enter into the whole new setup as projected by us only. Thus, we projecting by our own chitta the worlds and getting cocooned in it, especially identifying with one set of upadhis, after which we say, I am this only, the others are not me. Like these whole body is in my chitta, your body is also in my chitta. But with this I have mamast feeling, with you I have idam. You can't be seen by me other than my own chitta. And then the sukha of this body is my own sukha. For the sake of this, I can do dukkha to you also. Whereas you are never other than me. All are in one chitta only. The whole universe is suspended in one infinite consciousness. हाँ, ताकत होना चाहिए इन सब बातों को सुनने समझने के लिए. Spiritual ताकत that comes by the various upasanas, self disciplines. That's what Nachiket says. If I indulge in the bhoga vastus given by you, all my capacities of the antakarana, sharira, indriya, they go away. I cannot understand the sublime truths. Same in Gita. है ना. यततो ह्यभिकौन्तेय पुरुषस्य विपश्चितः इंद्रियाणि प्रमाथीनि हरन्ति प्रसभं मनः. All that. So we will continue 2 more days. It will take for this sarga. Om Purnamadah Shruti Matre Namaha. Tatsat Brahmarpanamastu. उतना डोज काफी है. Thank you.